All right, second item I'd like to talk to you about is the survey. I mentioned that. So in April, I do this annual survey. I've been doing it for 14 years. And so it's a survey for individuals that had colonies last fall. In other words, beginning of winter, whenever you call the beginning of winter. Last time you looked at your colonies, you had 4 in your backyard. And then how did they survive over winter? And then the survey goes on asking you for some additional information, what you did for mite management. So I put all that together. The survey is on the same site where all that information is. And that is the basis for my saying we are looking like about a quarter of our colonies died out in Oregon for the backyarders. Now the commercial beekeepers, they're running about 17% losses over the winter. And that is typical commercial. Those that have more than 50 colonies usually will have about half the losses that you and I have in our backyards, okay? I'm saying I because I have an apiary of 5 colonies that my daughter is mostly doing the management up in the Portland area. And then I go to Bolivia, where my wife is from, and I keep killer bees there, Africanized bees there. I don't have a choice, so I keep there. And the nephew keeps them when I'm not there. Our product in Bolivia, however, is a mixture. Our product in Bolivia is to be able to sell propolis. So we mix propolis, which is bitter tasting, with honey and put it in little 2-ounce containers, and we sell those for the equivalent of about $20. And 2 ounces of honey with some propolis mixed in. And the propolis is very easy to collect. I usually get it from eucalyptus propolis. Honey is not a food. In most of the rest of the world, honey is not a food, it's a medicine. And so people are using it as a medicine, okay? Natural medicine. So for those that are not aware of the survey, I only usually get 2 or 3 from the county here. I do not get very many from here in the South Shore group. I get more from the Central group up in Newport. I get a good bunch from the Tillamook group up further up along the coast. I get a pretty good number from people over in Southern Oregon and some years from Klamath and some years not so many. So each year I write a report for those clubs that have more than 20 returns. So here's your challenge. If I get more than 20 returns from this group, you'll have an individual report. And what it is a way to look over your beekeeper's neighboring fence, your neighbor's fence of beekeeping, because it'll be telling you what other people in the county are doing, okay? Otherwise, you can follow the state. So I have these flyers. If you're interested, we'll go ahead if you want. If you haven't, don't have the address, or you haven't seen the survey, they're both together. Both the survey and the reports are there, okay? Questions on the survey? By the way, because we're in a late spring, we do this in the month of April, because some years are early. I actually start at mid-March. This year, don't tell anyone, but this year I'm giving you an extra week. So I'm running it until the first full week of May. Simply because many people until this week hadn't really looked in their winter colonies, had not really had a chance. In the Portland area, we had 2 days that got above 60 prior to this week. 2 days, okay, 1 in March and 1 in April, earlier April. So we can call this spring our reluctant spring. It's coming, and with this temperatures, it's going to come pretty darn fast. So I have an announcement about that. Okay, when they ushered us out of the hive this morning and told us to capture the spring flow, this couldn't have been what they meant, right? And have we ever had the rains this spring? Okay. Have you heard about Mow May? Mow May. North of here, Florence is one of the cities in Oregon that has organized an effort to try to improve spring habitat for bees. And one of the ways is leave the lawnmower in the shed now, early in the season. Or if you are a wonk and the rest of the family insists that you have a perfect looking lawn, raise the mower. Or leave it in 1 week and only take it out once mid-month in May, if you can't go the whole month of May. What we're trying to do is create those plants that are beneficial to bees. And you'll be surprised. You may not, if you've been heavily into the chemicals and the fertilizers and the herbicides and everything else, you may not get many flowers this spring. But try it. You'll like it. You'll be surprised how some of these plants come up with bees. Of course, dandelion, but there's also coming along on many of them clovers, which are that's the queen of weeds for bees. Bees are weedy. They like these weedy things. And although the rest of the family may not like your weedy lawn, you gotta sell it with them, okay? So if you want pointers on how to do that, or if you want to try to follow how successful two people have been in Florence, the Xerces Society, okay, Xerces Society is based in Portland. They're a nonprofit society for beneficial insects, for invertebrates, I'm sorry. So they do a lot of work with pollinators, they do work with dragonflies, they do stuff with the monarch butterflies, etc. So Xerces Society, okay, Xerces Society, if you use your search engine to find that, and then on that find in there, Mow May. And this is a program that started in Appleton, Wisconsin. That's why the month of May. Mow April is probably more appropriate for most of us here. Or partial, one mow in April, one mow in May, perhaps, all right? You'll find on there lots and lots of information, maybe more than you want to look at, but if you are really interested in getting a whole community, the community you live in, to try to participate, how to talk to the people, the powers that be in the community, so that you get buy-in by a community, all right? This is a program that was developed through a program that is called Bee City. And there's a component that's Bee Campus. University of Oregon is a bee campus. Oh, really? I'm sad to say Oregon State is not. Western Oregon is, Southern Oregon is. So those are the campuses. Cities include now Florence, they have joined it, and Eugene. And many of them are tree cities as well. And so what it is it's an effort by individuals that want to see more pollinators, butterflies, flies, bees, including our honeybees, and more habitat. What's habitat for bees? Flowers. It's an effort to get the authorities of a community to buy in. Because if you're helping to promote pollinators in your yard, and on the median division of the street that you live on, they come along and they spray the bedevil out of it, the trees and the plants and everything, they're going to kill the very bees you're trying to promote in your backyard. So if we get authorities to buy on, and then individual citizens, you and me and all those that want to see more butterflies, want to see other things on this planet other than dead insects, for example, butterflies and bees, etc. So this is a program to try to promote that effort. Mow May. All right, I think we've exhausted the possibilities here. I'll turn it back to you. Who's? Okay.